All right, well, we're excited about the new class we've got coming in the fall. We've got most of our girls signed and their paperwork in, so we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the class we have coming in. Obviously, we had a lot of holes to fill this year. It was a year where a lot of our young kids were pressed into action early on, so that was positive, and some of our older girls had to take on some kind of new leadership roles. But it was a good season, but we definitely had some holes to fill, and also to add some depth with this team, and I feel really good about the girls we have coming in. This is a group that I think I know quite well, and so it gives me a little bit of a comfort level knowing what we're going to get when they get in here. So again, fairly athletic group we have coming in. We've basically filled some positions all the way across the field, from keeper all the way up to our front line. And so these girls kind of cover a lot of spots for us. So I'll just kind of talk a little bit about each of them and kind of what I think they're going to bring to the team. And again, I'm really excited about this group. So Kylie Bertrand, she has a little bit of a history with us here. Her older sister Kira played. She's been down to visit and known the family for quite a while. Very talented player. She's a player that can play a lot of different positions for us. We'll probably look at her primarily either as in the center back or center mid. She's athletic enough to defend one-on-one. She's comfortable on the ball technically, so she could play out of the back and help us build out of the back, but also is a great playmaker in the midfield and can score goals. So those were the roles we'll use her in. We're really excited about her coming in and kind of writing her own story here, and I think she's got a great future here with us. And she's out of Brampton in Ontario, Canada. Another teammate of Kylie's is Erica Burnett. She's a player who can play really anywhere across the back on the defensive line, and is technical. She's a true competitor. Her coach speaks very, very highly of her in terms of just being a warrior on the field, somebody that you have to have on there in the battle. And so we're really excited about her coming in as well to give us, again, some depth across the back. Can play on either side of the back line as well. And she's from Brampton, Ontario, Canada as well. And so being teammates, that'll be nice. We also have another one of their teammates, Lacey Gowdy, who's a goalkeeper, who's going to be coming to us. Good size keeper, plays great with her feet, comfortable with the ball being played back to her and starting the attack out of the back. She can be that steady keeper that makes the routine saves, as well as can make some very spectacular saves to keep us in the game. And from what I've seen of her, she's a true competitor as well, so will give us that depth in the goal as well. Again, all three of those girls are from Ontario and played with the same club team, actually won the U18 national championship, so come from a great program, well coached, and have played at a very, very high level. Another girl that we have coming to us is Ashlyn Collier. She's from Yukon, plays for Canadian Valley. Very shifty player, quick, has kind of a knack for taking players on and getting to goal. So we look forward to her playing on kind of the wings for us. She could play as an attacking center mid or some up top, but primarily we're going to look at her as playing on the wings for us. And so we think coming in, training every day with good athletes and being challenged, I think she's got a great upside and will have a great career for us, and so we're excited about her coming. We've got a local girl coming from Weather, Kirsten Stacy. She's just a workhorse. She trains very hard, not afraid of the work, something that I talk to the girls about all the time, that in order for us to get better, we got to put in the time, got to put in the work, and she's definitely doing that. She plays for Canadian Valley Soccer Club as well in Oklahoma City, but she's from Weatherford. I believe she's our first Weatherford High School girl that I've had play for me. And just does a great job. She's developed over the last couple of years extensively by playing in Oklahoma City, and she will be looked at to primarily play on the fringes as well, on the outside, probably outside mid, maybe as a winger as well. And so we're looking forward to Kirsten coming and being a part of our program. We've got our first player that I brought from West Africa. Her name's Ali Matarabo, and she's from the West African country of Burkina Faso. Great athlete, has pace to take on players, kind of has a knack to get around the goal and score goals, and so we're excited about her coming. It's been a process for her in terms of getting her English proficiency done and everything, and all of her paperwork into the NCAA. But really excited about her coming, giving her the opportunity to be a part of our program and seeing what she can do, the adjustment of styles of play, I think, coming from what she's used to how the game is played here in the United States will be a little bit of a transition for her, but we really look for her to be a player who can come in right away as a freshman and get a chance to play right away, and again, give us some bite up top with the other girls that we have coming in as well. Another girl we have, Lydia Reif, is coming from Texas, from Granbury, Texas. Again, she's a unique player in that she can play several different positions for us. Probably we'll be looking at her as a center back or on the outside back. Has good size, good athleticism, comfortable on the ball. Has the ability, again, to defend one-on-one, but also has the ability to be comfortable on the ball and help us build out of the back, which we like to do. So we're looking for her to come in and challenge for spots in the back, and I think she'll have a great career here as well. Another girl we have coming in is Danvey, plays for Canadian Valley, plays at Yukon High School as well. This is a girl who's come back off of injury here a couple of years ago and has kind of worked herself back as her mobility continues to get better and her speed and agility continue to get better. She's just a true competitor. She's one of those girls that loves to score goals, and so making the transition to the college game will be, again, an adjustment for all of these girls, but she's definitely a girl that knows how to take players on, get ourselves in the right spot in the box, and loves to score goals. And so we're looking forward to her coming in and developing in our program and getting a chance to play as a freshman as well. Another girl we have coming to us is from Moore High School, Micah Stroh. She's, again, a girl that's come off of injuries. She's worked through that the last couple of years, and just, again, a great girl, works really hard and has progressed. Is coming off another injury, so as she comes in, we'll just kind of see how that goes with her, but looking forward to her being a part of our program as we go forward. And then another player that we have coming in, Dejanay Turner, out of Yukon High School. Again, she's a great athlete. She covers a lot of ground very quickly. Still working on her being able to be more comfortable on the ball, but just her sheer athleticism and her desire to compete and play at the college level is something that I think is going to allow her to do that as a freshman. Again, all of these girls that I've talked about, I think, have the chance to play as freshmen, and Dejanay is definitely one across the back that we would look to give us some speed and athleticism. Probably in the center back, but potentially we could use her as an outside back as well. So depending on what combination of players we want to play together, she's going to give us a lot of depth there. So that pretty much rounds up. We will have a few other kids that will be committing and signing with us here in the next little while, and we'll add them to the mix. But again, a group that I'm really excited about. Again, I really feel like this is probably the class that I brought in that I really truly know the most about, and I'm really comfortable about the girls coming in. And we really challenge them that the bar is set high here, and we want to win a conference championship every year. We want to get ourselves to the national tournament, and these are girls that really want to be a part of that and want that challenge. And so we're really excited about them coming and being a part of our program.
Okay. Coach, 7 of your 10 players are either midfielders or forwards. Would you say that was an area of emphasis in recruiting this year?
Well, when you start out, a lot of times you don't totally know where you're going to need all the help because we start our recruiting process so early. Scoring goals was an area that we needed help with this year. Again, some of it was the injuries that we had and the red shirts that we used this year. but being able to bring girls with bite and some speed and ability to take players on and get around the goal and score goals was really important for us. Again, we know that we're going to be graduating midfield players. We've got a couple of girls that are center mids that will be graduating here next year, and so we're kind of wanting to get some depth there. And then, of course, across the back, we've added some players where we needed help, on the defensive side as well. So we tried to really cover all of our bases with this group.
Okay. You brought in 5 more Oklahomans this year. You had 5 last year as well. Would you say that the competition level in Oklahoma has been getting better? Seems like there's been a little bit more.
Yeah, there's been definitely development with the club. Some of the clubs that have kind of merged and formed stronger teams has kind of raised the bar a little bit for all the club teams. The high school game continues to develop as these kids come up into high school. So I think definitely these girls are girls that have had good competition. A lot of them have played in regional leagues down into Texas and so on. And of course they travel and play in tournaments around the country. So it really gives them an advantage to be able to compete and play against better teams in the region. So I think that's definitely helped in terms of preparing them for the college game.
Okay. And finally, it looks like, looking at the roster for next year, of the returners, 8 of 14 are going to be underclassmen. You're bringing in another 10, a couple more are waiting to get their paperwork filled out.
Right.
Will that affect your game planning at all, or?
Well, having a young team can be a double-edged sword. It's great because those kids have got a lot of energy. They're excited about getting to college and being able to contribute, and so that's a positive thing. And then on the other side of it, they're young, so sometimes it's you're waiting for the wheels to fall off. But to be honest, our freshman class that came in this past year, I felt like did a great job. Having to play right away and take on that responsibility was good for them. So hopefully, this class that we bring in, I know a lot of the players we have coming in are going to start for us next year. So it will be a young team. I don't know that it will change a whole lot of our game planning. It'll probably change some of the stuff that we have to do in training in terms of trying to get them ready to play at the collegiate level, and some of that is just a learning curve that only is corrected as you get into games and start playing games. So again, the nice thing for us with our schedule next year is that we've been able to add some good quality teams to play against early on in the season, but not overdo it, to kind of prepare us for the conference schedule. So playing, for instance, Central Oklahoma and Mankato, 2 of the better programs in the region early on, will give us an idea of what we need to do to kind of compete at that level. So, but again, great group of girls. I'm really excited. Our philosophy here is, every year we got to get better, and especially with our season last year, we're not going to lower the bar. The bar is still going to be high, and we have to get better. And the philosophy being, there's 2 ways to do that: bring in better players, or improve the players that you have in the program, and we really want it to be a combination of both those things. So our returning girls are working hard right now. We're going to ask a lot of the girls that will be seniors next year to really step up and take that leadership, and then the younger girls will have to come in and be ready to play. So hopefully it'll be a combination of both of those things will allow us to be better next year.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.